Respected, revered, Prerna Shrot, Padam Shri Dr. Kumar, Dr. Anurag Batra, Chairman and Editor-in-Chief, BW Business World, Dr. Akshay Kumar, Director Ask Insight, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure all of you are enthusiastic and very caring persons for the PWDs. And that is why you are here. So I'm very happy to be amidst you. A gathering which is here for the issues, causes and concerns relating to the PWDs of the country. As you all know, the most accomplished people in the world, starting from Albert Einstein, John Nash, Thomas Edison, Leonardo da Vinci, Beethoven, Stephen Hawking, all had something in common. And that was whatever disability they had was never a constraint in whatever they wanted to achieve. It transcended. There were transcendental qualities amongst the persons with disabilities, which I always feel they have. And let me mention why I am here. In last two and a half years, or rather in last 7-8 years, even as the Finance Secretary, I haven't gone to any functions outside the government. As Chief Election Commissioner, this is only my second function. And what was the first? Outside the office. The first was Sarthak, which was also working for PWDs. That happened to happen first. This is second. So this is where my heart lies. And I don't go anywhere where my heart doesn't lie. So I thank Dr. Kumar, who is our national icon also. National icon is, we appoint national icons in each subject, in each field. Sports, academics, culture, PWDs, transgender, other places also. So they are source of inspiration because they've achieved something in life and they have been championing that cause. Now, we are very thankful to you, and she has been championing this cause for us. So I'll dwell upon more than the voting part, more than the election part. It's only a platform from where we want to make everybody sensitive and sensitized towards the needs of the persons with disabilities. Actually, there is no greater disability in society than the ability to see a person as more. Everybody has something which is unique. That's how an individual soul is made. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Because the moment you become perfect, you become God. And that imperfection in physically able bodied persons may be more than the persons with disabilities, which may only relate to 5 senses. ऐसे बहुत से लोग हैं जिनके 5 सेंस बिल्कुल ठीक हैं, लेकिन उनको जो मानसिक और फिजिकल डिसेबिलिटीज़ हैं, जो एटीट्यूडनल डिसेबिलिटीज़ हैं, वो उस डिसेबिलिटी से कहीं ज़्यादा भारी है. They cannot really hear the music or rhythm which plays inside the person who may not be able to see the light. But he is much more capable in many ways than most of us. So inability is with us, not with persons with disability. And this is what we have to be sensitive and have changed our attitudes. As a person of disability, I am sure that they have faced many challenges and obstacles on a daily basis. But physical disabilities do not define them. And as I learnt from Neeruji once, which I am very happy to quote, which I have started quoting everywhere, it is not equality that they want. It's not sympathy that they want. It is equity that they want. And what is that equity? He is not able to speak, so I have to understand that thing and give that much of an advantage to a person. It's not that you just bring them up and make them stand with you, but you have to take care of that disadvantage which they have and we start from a platform which is equity based. And then they don't need anything, and least the sympathy. What we tend to do often is to be sympathetic, which is not, the moment I become sympathetic to somebody, I am saying you are weak. No, they are not weak. That's the attitude which I have to change. That's exactly the attitude which requires to be changed and which is what we are trying to change through the platform of elections as well in our limited way. Just let me give you some statistics and what can be done and what we are attempting to do. And as an inclusive and as a social obligation on us. The total voter list in the country, as you know, the population is close to 130 crore. 95 crores are our voters, close to 95 crores. So our rest are below 18 years. And look at this panorama of this 95 crore voters. Whom all do they have? Naturally, 48-49% women. It's inclusive. Youth. 18 to 19 year itself, those who are becoming just the voters, just come out of their 12th. They're close to 2 crore fellows. Look at the old age 80 plus. They're also close to 2.5 crores in our electoral rolls. Look at 100 plus in the country. They are also close to 2.8, 2.9 lakhs. PWDs, close to 1 crore. Transgender. So we are making special efforts within our electoral roll to include everybody. And everybody whosoever may have a little bit of disability. Why? And we are speaking about it everywhere, every press conference, every voter awareness program and at every booth. The reason is that when the voting takes place, if we can sensitize everybody who is in the queue by a separate entry for the person with disability, with a separate volunteer, with a separate application for him or her to accept to demand the facilities they want, with a ramp of a proper gradient at that place, with our ballot units on EVM being braille effective. What are we doing? We are not only ensuring the voting by our PWD friends, voters, proud voters, but we are also giving a message through the polling station, each polling station across the country, which has close to 70-80 crores interface, that be as sensitive as we are wanting to be. So through our forum, if it becomes more sensitive, if the sensitivity comes in, we are achieving twin objective. If we can do it, why can't other departments do this? That's the message. If we can do it, why can't the corporates do it? Why within corporates we cannot do it? Why we cannot have a distinct role defined? And believe me, the moment the role is defined with the specific needs and specific details, they would perform better than anybody else. There is no way they would not perform. Because the system puts unnecessarily a more performance burden also on the fellow. Every time they have to prove that they are equal, they are better. It's only a question of equity. We don't give equity and still demand that you perform that same. The moment we give that touch of respect, the performance would be exceeding all of us. Believe me, please try it once. In ECI, what we are doing, we have made an application, as I mentioned, about all the voters. We are ensuring that all the data which exists in the country about the persons with disabilities is synchronized, is used to make our electoral rolls absolutely containing the names of the persons with disabilities, transgenders, women, youth, persons in far off places. Far off places, it is again very interesting to know how far the places can be. It's a panorama, it's a visit to the country. I'll just take you for a minute. You have one of the highest booth in Himachal in the entire world, 15,000 feet. And you know how much boating takes place there? 98 to 99%. And how much it takes place in metropolitans? Anybody's guess? Even 50. Even 50. Now, I'll take you to, so you have the hills. People take 3 days to go to those places to take boats. You have coastal area in the south, which is close to 6,700 kilometers in the country. And we go to the islands to take even one boat. 20 persons go and take one boat. And then you have deserts. Our machines require special cooling, if not cooling, at least the cooler, so that they continue to perform and the slip when it falls doesn't stick because of the charge to the machine. And then you have the wettest place in the east in the world, which is Cherrapunji. There we do something else so that the slip doesn't get moist and stick. And look at the beauty of this. I mean, you may not have, I have 5 minutes more. Whatever, if you look at the 75 years of the country's growth or story, what you are today. When we started in 1951, anybody's guess what was our literacy rate amongst women? 50. Good. And you know, when the voter list was made, there was no voter list in 1951. The developed countries like US took how many years? 200 years to give voting to everybody, including women. It was given in this country from day one. And what was their, how do you write their name? So when you go to the villages and ask their name and their husband's name, they would not take their husband's name. So half of them would be some name, and what is the husband name? Pappu ke papa or Munia ke papa. So 40-50% in the village women would have the husband's name, which is like this. So the beauty of the system was that we devised symbols, nowhere in the world, easily, so that you can identify with the symbol and can vote. And look at 70 years what had happened. From more than close to 600 princely states, look at the integration of the country today. Look at linguistic integration. Look at reorganization of states. Look at reservations, look at mandal, look at linguistic problems, look at northeast, look at every type of a division or a diversity was there in food, culture, everything. And how beautifully it has emerged. And why? Because people believe in the results of election. They believe that whatever result is coming, and it's again a country where not even once. We have done 16 president, vice president, and also 15 general parliamentary elections and close to 400. Recently we completed 400th election to a legislative assembly. 400 CMs. Not even in one case. There are 4,000 assembly constituencies, close to 4,000 in the country. Not even once. Over the 70 years, the election results have not been accepted. There is no case. So, through the ballot, the transition of power takes place. And therefore, it is necessary that every voice, howsoever small it may be, gets a chance to get expression during the voting. And it is for that reason necessary that all our PWDs, all our transgenders, all people in the turmoiled areas, in the Naxal areas, inaccessible areas, literates, illiterates, whatever, are all part of our electoral rolls. And all are given facilitation to come to voting. And in this sense, we use this registration and also the voting, both occasions, to connect to the persons with disabilities, convey very strongly that we have conviction that they are equal, they are rather better than others. And therefore, through the medium of our elections, we set an example where we take them equals, our partners, and set an example for others to follow. I wish all the best to your conference. I am sure what is being attempted that will come from the corporate world also. There are very good examples in the corporate world as well. And two things we have not been able to do yet. One is, we are not able to, for those who are visually challenged, we are not able to yet show them the slip, and we can't say it in voice because the secrecy gets affected. So it's a work in progress for us. How do we make them informed to where they voted and how it's exactly the same without compromising their security? This is a work in progress. We are working on this technologically. Technologically possible, but secrecy of the vote is not possible, because if it repeats that through a sound, others also hear. I am sure you will do many more innovations within your organizations also. And collectively, personally, organizationally, when you go from this conference, you will be more committed to take a lead in be very sensitive and sensitizing others about the persons with disabilities. I'll end my address by saying, as a gratitude and I keep learning from them every day. Whenever there is a problem I face, I just think of it and see if my friends there can do with all that disability, why can't I do it? So I think that they must have faced many challenges, and the challenges before me are much less than that, so we'll do it. So I'll just read something for them and then close this. मेरी नजरें भले ही कमजोर हों पर मेरे हौसले बुलंद हैं. This is what I'm saying from my PWD friend site. मेरी नजरें भले ही कमजोर हों पर मेरे हौसले बुलंद हैं. मेरे पैर भले ही रुकते हों पर मेरे सपनों की गति अनंत है. मेरे शब्द चाहे मौन हो, मेरे इरादों में बल अनंत है. और इसी बल को हम सब लोग अगर बल दे दें तो इस कॉन्फ्रेंस निश्चित सक्सेस होगी. थैंक यू.